Ciao, come stai? This is another interesting special conversation related to the game we love in Italy and in America. We're interviewing Patrick Silva, who's about to embark on a really special journey in professional baseball with the Philadelphia Phillies, and Silvio Marco Brovero, the press officer for Vercelli Baseball, who's going to help me translate and help tell this story with Patrick. But I'm just excited. Anytime I could talk Italian baseball. Anytime I could talk about players who are from Italy who get a chance to play, hopefully in the States, and represent the country we love, the country of my ancestors where you live, and the growth of the game. So I'm excited to talk to both of you. Ciao. Buonasera. I know we're in different times right now, different time zones, but Patrick, how you doing? Come stai?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm fine. Yeah.
Silvio, how are you? This is good. I really appreciate you helping set this up.
Yeah, thank you, Chris, and welcome in Italy.
Yeah, so I want to start. I don't want to bury the news. I want to start with the breaking headline, the most important thing that Patrick's going to be signing with the Philadelphia Phillies. That's huge. It's not something that happens every day where an Italian-born player, Italian national, can sign a deal with a major league team. So how did it all come about? Where did the initial scouting take place, and how did this all come to reality?
Patrick, come è iniziato questo tuo percorso verso i Philadelphia Phillies? Come sei stato selezionato, visto dagli scout? È un percorso che inizia da lontano.
Gli dico come mi hanno guardato, come mi hanno...
Sì.
Eh, Prima di tutto ero stato segnalato come lanciatore come si chiama? Mi aveva supervisionato Claudio Scerrato, però come lanciatore. E quando
Ah,
sono andato... Vabbè, se vuoi dirlo.
sì, Claudio Scerato as see him like a picture, start like a picture, because when he was quando sei andato ai mondiali, giusto?
Mhm. Sì, sì,
Under 15.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Claudio, he's a Philadelphia Phillies scout. He's from Italy. He has scouted some other players that have signed, like Samuel Aldegheri, who originally had signed with
Yeah.
the Phillies. Eventually, he got traded to the Angels. And Filippo Sabatini, right? There's the other player that's with the
Yes.
Phillies system. He's got something going here. There's a nice rhythm where the Phillies international scouting department obviously trusts his judgment. And I imagine Claudio has a really good reputation for finding talented players. And it's great that Patrick is the next. Did Patrick, when he sees Claudio come to events or see him play, is there an extra level of excitement knowing maybe there's a contract coming? And eventually it did come, right? But can you kind of talk about what Claudio means in that Italian baseball landscape?
Cioè quando vi siete visti, qual è un po' cosa è successo un po' durante il mondiale e qual è l'importanza di Claudio Scerrato nel panorama del baseball italiano?
Diciamo che Claudio a me, prima di andare al mondiale, mi aveva messo, tra virgolette, in una lista tra i giocatori in cui si potevano, si chiama, guardare nella squadra italiana e niente, dopo la prima partita contro la Colombia, diciamo che sono riuscito a battere due tripli e credo che sia stato proprio per quello a cui si chiama, sono piaciuti i Phillies. E niente, il secondo giorno, quindi dopo la seconda partita contro il Giappone, mi sono
Aspetta un attimo,
venuti a parlare.
contro la Colombia, giusto? Contro la Colombia prima.
Sì.
Claudio has
Mhm.
put Patrick in a short list of players to to select to be how do you say, to be checked during the under 15 World Championship. And Patrick, after the first game against Colombia, he made a two double, and so he he level up his trust in Claudio, and then there goes the second game against contro chi? seconda partita.
Dopo la seconda partita contro il Giappone mi hanno chiamato che si chiamano? I tre scout capi dei Phillies e
And
c'era
after the Japan games, where Patrick performed as well, very good. The headquarter of Phillies called Claudio Sciorrato and asked more information about Patrick.
And now he's about to sign that contract. They've told him they want to sign him. How excited is he? What does this mean for him? What are the emotions that he's feeling at just 16 years old?
Yeah.
He's about to embark on such an exciting time. But can he talk about his emotions and what he's feeling?
Vuoi parlarci un po' delle tue emozioni? Quando è che hai compiuto 16 anni, Patrick?
5 febbraio dell'anno scorso, quindi 2024.
Ok.
Del
E
2024.
quali sono le tue emozioni a 16 anni di firmare per una franchigia così importante come i Phillies? Ecco.
Diciamo che è stata una grande soddisfazione perché diciamo, è sempre stato il mio sogno da bambino e dopo diciamo, tutte le ore passate nel campo è una grande soddisfazione.
Is
Anche
is
sono
is
molto
very
contento.
emotional. It's a very emotional moment. It's a great satisfaction to sign with the Phillies. Of course, signing with a major league franchise was the dream of Patrick, like like many other kids in Italy, and so is grateful to sign with the Phillies.
I want to go back to the beginning. Let's talk about his growth in baseball as a kid and growing up in Vercelli and what was the first moment that he touched a ball? Who inspired him? I know obviously his dad played in as a coach, and so it's a family tie. Can he talk about his earliest memories of baseball and his dad being an influence on his life in the game?
Quali sono i tuoi primi momenti che ti ricordi del baseball quando eri bambino, i primi swing che hai fatto, i primi lanci che hai fatto e quanto è stato importante papà nella crescita tua come atleta?
Diciamo che io inizialmente ovviamente non giocavo a baseball, però facevo atletica,
Sì.
però comunque già da bambino, mio papà con mia mamma, mentre mio papà giocava, mi portava nel passeggino a vedere le partite e da lì diciamo mi metteva sempre una mazza in mano e mi faceva battere, diciamo, col t-ball a fianco a lui.
He started,
So,
Patrick started not in baseball but with athletics. And since he was a kid, Corrado, his father, bring him to the games because Corrado, perché papà giocava, because Corrado was playing in Vercelli, so he saw his father
yes.
playing in baseball, and so he starts swinging the first bat in plastic and try to enjoy this game and partially switch from the athletics to the baseball. Quando hai iniziato ufficialmente a giocare a baseball? When you start officially to play baseball? 7, 6,
Circa, no, sì, circa l'età di 6 anni
6 years
ufficialmente ho
old, yeah.
iniziato a giocare a mini baseball
What
e
about?
poi,
Oh, go ahead.
aspetta, poi si chiama, non dovevo dire anche l'importanza, tra virgolette, di mio papà, così.
Sì, sì, sì.
Diciamo che senza di lui non sarei riuscito ad arrivare a questo piccolo traguardo perché diciamo che da bambino che sì, anche dopo tutti i rimproveri è sempre stato a fianco a me e mi ha aiutato a crescere. Anche ora come ora cioè, ci stiamo allenando tutti i giorni e da quando ho iniziato a giocare a baseball mi ha sempre allenato lui e quindi è stato grazie a lui che sono arrivato fino a qua.
Okay. It's not easy have your father like as a trainer, as can you imagine? It's tricky. Uh, But he is very grateful to his father because he spent a lot of hours and every day working with Patrick and with other guys in the Vercelli teams, of course, not only Patrick, but he never give up like Patrick. And so uh, what Patrick says is important. This is not a point of arrival, but it's just the start of beginning of something that hopefully will be a great adventure in MLB.
The Vercelli system, the youth system there, the ability to grow in the game there. Can he talk about that town and the importance of baseball there? Obviously, as we know, baseball is very specific. It's small in Italy, but the towns that gravitate toward it, they do love it. And it does go back, 60, 70, 80 years. And is there that feeling of, wow, this is a special region for baseball? I know in the north of Italy, it matters more than in the south in a lot of ways. I know I'm generalizing, but just talk about Vercelli and its love affair with baseball, and the second part of that would be now he's the guy. People, the kid, he's a kid, but the kids there now are going to look up to him and go, I want to be the next Patrick Silva. So talk about the town and its importance with baseball, and then talk about him being a role model for the next generation while he's living his dream.
Allora, hai capito un po', Patrick?
Aspetta, mi ha fatto due domande. La prima dice, diciamo, di parlarmi della mia città, l'importanza, diciamo, col baseball con la mia città. E poi
Perfetto.
l'altra, se me la dice meglio, perché non sono tanto sicuro.
Sì, vabbè, rispondi la prima intanto.
At least he can
Niente.
understand me. I need to learn Italian.
Diciamo che pur essendo uno sport piccolo, diciamo che qua a Vercelli, secondo me, siamo una squadra abbastanza, una società abbastanza titolata e secondo me, anche se non è molto conosciuto, mh, come si chiama, siamo riusciti a raggiungere dei risultati. Ecco, pur per essere uno sport non proprio conosciuto e in una città abbastanza piccola.
He says that, of course, Vercelli is a small town compared to the big city like Milan, Torino, Naples, Rome. But as you have told Chris, baseball in Italy is really focused on mainly on small city like Vercelli, like Nettuno. So it's very important for the Vercelli municipality have Vercelli baseball, and meanwhile we are a small team, but we reach important trophy. Like we won the under 15 Italian national title, and we arrived second two times, one in under 12 and other times in under 15, and we won several regional championships. So basically, Vercelli is baseball for Piedmont region area. Of course, there are other important area like Emilia-Romagna, Parma, Nettuno, and so on. I don't want to forget anyone, but Piedmont is one of the area of baseball. Yeah. E la seconda domanda, Patrick, era adesso che tu sei the kid, cioè il ragazzo che, che è riuscito a firmare con i Phillies, cosa pensi? Qual è il tuo ruolo? Gli altri ragazzini ti guarderanno, i tuoi amici, i tuoi compagni di squadra? Quali sono le tue sensazioni? Cosa speri di portare per il baseball di Vercelli?
Niente, diciamo che dopo aver firmato questo contratto, diciamo, non è un punto d'arrivo, però dal 16 gennaio dovrei iniziare sempre, diciamo, a lavorare sempre più forte, perché comunque il mio obiettivo è arrivare nella massima lega, la Major League Baseball, e niente, e per miei amici, cioè che comunque anche adesso mi alleno sempre con loro, magari in palestra o battendo, prendendo palline per terra, o di, diciamo, continuare ovviamente a allenarsi perché come ce l'ho fatta io che mi sono sempre allenato con loro, cioè uscendo con loro, sempre stando con loro, ce la possono fare anche loro. Sì. Questo.
He says, of course, this is only the starting point of his adventure in professional baseball. So his objective, of course, is to reach the MLB top level. So basically, he have to work harder in the next couple of years and increase his performance at the top level. And he 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 would love to inspire other kids and other teammates. Every day he's training with the other teammates of Vercelli, and he made sometimes also with my son. He is plenty of suggestions. It's important because Patrick have a strong international experience, so he afford Japan or Venezuela and at all levels. So it's important also for our kid for to be inspired by Patrick.
Speaking of the international level, playing for Team Italy is special and important just in itself. You have Serie A, and then you have Team Italy, and now you have MLB. But how important is it to wear Italia on your chest? How important is it to represent your country on the baseball field? And do you look forward to representing Italy in the men's division at some point, and maybe one day playing in the World Baseball Classic? Like these are, I imagine, goals of yours. But talk about playing for Team Italy.
Patrick, hai capito?
No, no, traduci
Ah,
prima che dico qualcosa che non ho
allora
detto.
ti ha chiesto, tu hai iniziato a giocare per il Team Italy fin da piccolino, quindi se puoi raccontarci un po' quando sei entrato nel Team Italy, quindi da Under 12, eccetera, eccetera, e anche qui quali sono i tuoi obiettivi. Ovviamente immagino che ti piacerà un giorno giocare al baseball classic, magari affrontare gli Stati Uniti al baseball classic, e quanto è importante indossare quella maglia con scritto Italia, ecco il tuo l'heritage si dice, cioè l'appartenenza alla maglia italiana. Quindi quando hai iniziato
Diciamo
a
che
giocare per
ho
l'Italia?
iniziato a giocare con l'Italia all'età di 10 anni, che ero stato inizialmente preso soltanto come ruolo di lanciatore. E diciamo che la prima volta che ho indossato la maglia della nazionale è stato molto bello perché sì, sì, ci sono molti ragazzi che tentano di entrare nella nazionale e quindi è stata una gran soddisfazione riuscire a entrare per la prima volta in nazionale, è un'emozione unica. Tutte le volte
E,
che diciamo anche faccio, non so, un torneo, un allenamento con la maglia italiana è veramente bello.
He says that it's really a strong emotional moment wearing the Italian jersey. He started playing for Italian team in the under 12, and he was only 10 years old. He was selected as a pitcher because Patrick, you can saw Patrick is a very big guy. So when he was 10 years old, basically he was a 15 years old, and so he was selected as a pitcher. But the adventure continues also in under 15 and under 18, of course. And quali sono i tuoi obiettivi? Vorresti indossare la maglia anche oltre l'Under 18?
Sinceramente vorrei continuare finché insomma, riescano diciamo, a prendermi e a guadagnarmi il posto. E, sì, il mio obiettivo sarebbe il classico, però c'è ancora molta strada arrivare per essere selezionato in quel roster.
Of course, the dreams is to play in the World Baseball Classic for Italian national team, but of course, it's very challenging because there are great players, Italian Americans and the Italians. So now he's focusing on training with Phillies and increase his skills in to be ready when someone we will call him.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I think the timeline, future WBC events, when he's older and gets established, and the more he advances in the minor league system and eventually, hopefully, the majors. Obviously, that's the ultimate goal. Once you reach that level, then Fibs will be watching, and then
Yeah,
WBC, there'll be more of them. We get every 3 years, right, or every 4 years, so 3 years. So I'm excited about Patrick's future, just like you are, Silvio, and I'm sure Patrick is focused on taking all the necessary steps, right? This is a process for everybody, and I'm always amazed. I mean, you know how much I love to promote Italians in baseball and write about it and talk about it. It matters to me. But every time, obviously we know about Samuel Aldegheri and Alessandro Ercolani is getting more and more exposure. But then all of a sudden, Tashine, Sabatini, Panazzi, Morelli, now Silva. This is a nice pattern. I know it's still a small number in the grand scheme of the baseball landscape, but for Italy, this is a really good streak of talented young guys that are all on hopefully the cusp of advancing. And obviously Samuel has reached the major leagues, but can you talk about can Patrick talk about the uh, inspiration that he may feel by those guys, all the people that are coming before him, and does it feel like this is I don't want to say golden age of Italian baseball by any means, but do you feel like there's more exposure now from a scouting perspective where these players are able to be seen, or is this and maybe this is a Silvio question, but is this cyclical where it goes in cycles of having five, six, seven players at a time that may be in affiliated baseball? But question one is for Patrick. Is he getting inspired by all these guys that have been signed in the last few years?
allora una domanda molto semplice, easy questions. Sei mai stato o sei ispirato da qualcuno dei ragazzi italiani, ovviamente, che prima di te hanno avuto la fortuna di firmare con delle Major League, franchigie? E se sì, se hai dei nomi, o se hai altri, diciamo, modelli a cui ti ispiri.
Diciamo che come amico, anche il migliore amico che posso dirlo, William, che ha firmato ovviamente prima di me nel 2022 con i Texas Rangers e diciamo che con lui parlo spesso, ogni giorno e non è, diciamo, mi aiuta molto, cioè gli chiedo abbastanza cose perché comunque ha già giocato 3 stagioni nelle minor e credo che lui sia insomma, uno che mi ha aiutato. E un giocatore, diciamo che
Aspetta,
insomma,
aspetta.
aspetta.
If I would say a name, I would say Williams Wong, that he signed in the
Yes, him as well.
2022.
Yes.
In 2022 with Texas Rangers. He is a really close friends of Patrick since they were kids, because their father were really best friends, and so basically Williams could be a role model for Patrick, also because he anticipated of 2 3 years what will be Patrick is in the next couple of years. And
And I guess, yeah, for you, Silvio, can you provide context on is this a very unique time for Italians to sign all these affiliated deals, or have you seen this over the last 20, 30 years where this happens in cycles? I'm just curious I mean, it seems like a lot,
yeah,
Italy.
I saw I worked for Willie too in 2022 to promote a sign with Texas Rangers. My opinion, Chris, is that we are a turning point. I want to share with you an example. Uh, in the NBA during the 2000, there were no European player, basically, no Italians, no Greeks, no Czechs, nothing. So NBA was basically run by American players. After a couple of years, start arrive Gallinari and start arrive other Italian players and Greeks, so I think my sensation is that now we are at that point. Now we are in the 2000 era for baseball. Probably the future would be that we will have more European players. I think also is an interest for MLB because they can expand the right for television, more European players, more visibility for television. So it's more. I think in a couple of years we will see more Italian and of course European players entering in MLB system.
That's what I thought. I feel like we're on the precipice of more numbers and more players getting visibility. And there's just between the things that you're able to share on social and international scouting being done now on the ground in Europe, the recipe is there for success. So we're seeing it in Italy. I'm sure people in the Netherlands and Germany and some of these other countries are probably seeing Czech is getting really
Yeah.
good at what they're doing. So yeah, this is great. Some other
Eh,
questions. Oh, go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
I would say about Italian heritage, I think it's important also consider that when you sign an Italian player, you sign a guy that have behind him a family, a system, a backup plan, I would say, because if sports didn't work, you still have a family, you still have a house in your country. So I think considering also the perspective of major league franchise, it's more safe signing an Italian player than others from others country because we have this heritage, we have this background that is a plus for our players.
I love it. I love it. And more endorsement. We'll keep
Yeah,
the
more endorsement. Right, right.
That's what we're here to do. For Patrick, I'm curious, did he have favorite players or teams that he looked up to as he's growing up? You know, favorite MLB team, MLB players and stuff. Obviously, his favorite MLB team is the Phillies, but and he could say he loves Bryce Harper for all I know. But were there certain guys that he looked up to that he watches on social media or TV?
non ho capito come si chiama, gli devo come si chiama, dire
Il,
la mia squadra
il
preferita
tuo
prima.
crescendo, quali sono stati i tuoi modelli di giocatori? E se hai un team preferito, ha detto ovviamente
Eh,
adesso dovrei dire che sono i Phillies, però ha detto crescendo, quando eri piccolo, che cosa seguivi e come, cioè, come guardavi il baseball dell'Italia? Attraverso i social media, attraverso MLB TV o insomma come sei arrivato a guardare le partite di baseball?
Prima di tutto, le partite di baseball ho iniziato a guardarle attraverso Sky, quando mio papà, dato che le partite erano di notte, lui le registrava e poi le guardavo, non so, la mattina prima di andare a scuola o così. O se no mi guardavo gli
Starting,
highlights
yeah.
su YouTube.
Is starting to watching the recording games because they play during the night in Italy, so they record on VHS cassette, and in the morning before going to school, he starting to see the games, and when YouTube started to introduce the highlights, of course, he switched to highlights of MLB on YouTube.
E poi da piccolo, come si chiama? Non da piccolo, però comunque da quando ho iniziato a guardare bene il baseball, diciamo, a me prima piacevano gli Houston Astros e attualmente anche il mio giocatore preferito è Jordan Alvarez da bambino, diciamo, da quando è arrivato in Major League nel 2019. Prima, diciamo, non avevo un giocatore preferito, ecco. Questo.
Yeah, I don't understand all of it. I understand some of it.
Yeah,
Silvio.
no. He says that his favorite when he was a kid, his favorite team was Houston Astros,
Astros.
and his favorite all-time player is Alvarez. Um, but of course now is a Philly guy.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So what are the next steps in the timeline? Where does he go from here? When does he have to report to, did they go to the academy in the Dominican? Does he go to spring training? Like, what's the next step?
Ti hanno già anticipato quali saranno i tuoi prossimi impegni dopo che hai firmato, Patrick?
Diciamo che non mi hanno ancora detto, ad esempio, quando dovrei andare a Santo Domingo, però in teoria dopo che firmo, in un breve tempo dovrei andare subito in Dominicana e lì inizierò diciamo, la parte, come si chiama, tipo palestra, preparazione fisica, principalmente i primi mesi. E poi da lì inizieremo a allenarci e a iniziare le partite amichevoli.
He, uh, after he sign, probably in a couple of weeks, he will go directly to Dominican Republic in the Academy of Philadelphia Phillies. Um, of course, first part of the training will be lifting and muscles, and so they will be focused on that specific area. And after that, they will have a spring training and start to have a friendly match against other academy in Dominican Republic.
And then my last question is really about the game. Can he talk about what he loves about baseball? What does he love about the game, and what does it mean to him?
E l'ultima domanda, forse la più importante che ti fa Chris, è che cosa ami del baseball? Quali sono gli aspetti che proprio non ti fanno dormire la notte, e anche se c'è qualche aspetto magari negativo che però per te è una motivante, ecco, che ti motiva.
Ok. Diciamo che mi ha continuato a piacere il baseball, più che altro perché già dall'esempio, se avessi avuto una partita la domenica, già il sabato sera, magari preparando il bersone, mi saliva già l'ansia, diciamo, però un'ansia positiva. E boh, quello che mi piace principalmente del baseball è che, diciamo, sei sempre tra virgolette, in partita perché metti che batti una volta, non è già finita lì la tua azione, però poi comunque aiutare la squadra non sa difendere. E quindi come gioco di squadra mi piace molto già da bambino. Cioè, non ho mai pensato, ad esempio, di cambiare sport o niente.
You never think to change after you try baseball. You never think to change sports. You love baseball, and you love the fact that the baseball is at the same time a individual sport and a team sport. You love the fact that baseball you never give up. You can win a game at the last bat at the nine inning. So those are the main importance for Patrick, and uh, that's all. Yeah.
Anything else that he would like to add? Is there anything that we didn't talk about that he wanted to stress in the interview?
Vuoi aggiungere qualcosa, ringraziare qualcuno, Patrick? Non so, i nonni, i
Diciamo,
genitori, tutti
vabbè,
quelli che...
vabbè, prima di tutto, vabbè, la mia famiglia che sempre è stata con me e diciamo, mi ha aiutato, anche spendendo i loro soldi per diciamo, rendermi felice, portandomi a tornei magari, comprandomi cose per il baseball.
First of all,
Poi
you want to say thanks to, of course, his family, his mom, his dad, his grandpa, his grandma, that spent a lot of time bringing Patrick all over the Europe to the tournaments and buying equipment and spend a lot of money to chasing these dreams.
Poi insomma, vabbè, la società Vercelli che da piccolino che sono sempre stato con loro e mi hanno permesso di allenarmi sempre senza, diciamo, farmi mancare niente.
And
E
Vercelli, of course, also the Vercelli team that it was the only team he signed for until the Philadelphia Phillies. So he grew up in Vercelli, and Vercelli will be forever in his heart.
poi c'è una persona, Mazzanti, Giuseppe Mazzanti, è stato il manager della nazionale italiana Under 15 durante il mondiale in Colombia, che diciamo, ha creduto in me perché non ci ho avuto insomma, un premondiale abbastanza buono, però comunque ha creduto in me e mi ha fatto giocare in questo caso beh, in terza base e ha creduto in me e anche sono arrivato diciamo, dove sono arrivato anche grazie a lui perché se non mi avesse dato l'opportunità di giocare non sarei qua.
And also in Giuseppe Mazzianti, the coach of Italia under 15, that during the World Champions in Colombia, trust in Patrick and place him in the first base, and he was elected in the top first base in the top nine team roster of the World Baseball under 15. So thanks to him for trust in Patrick.
E diciamo anche, vabbè, grazie a Ernesto Wong che mi ha dato la possibilità di giocare, diciamo, in Serie A questi 2 anni e credo che in questo caso il primo anno in Serie A, che è stato 2024, mi è servito molto, mi ha fatto, diciamo, maturare mentalmente e anche, si chiama, nel baseball, perché giocando con persone molto più grandi, con più esperienza, diciamo, mi è servito molto per arrivare al mondiale preparato.
And also I would say thanks to Ernesto Wong. Unfortunately, Ernesto died tragically a couple of years ago, but Ernesto chose Patrick to play in Serie A when he was just turned 15. So he trusted in Patrick and was very important for Patrick playing um, against other guys in Serie A because the level is of course difference between the youth tournament. Yeah, that's all. I think you finish.
No, that's great. I appreciate both of you. This is fantastic. I'll be rooting. I'll be watching. I appreciate the conversation, and I appreciate you, Silvio, for helping translate and set this up. And good luck, Patrick. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
And, keep in touch. I can't wait to see the progression and the next steps and getting promoted and all that great stuff. And then I can't wait to watch all of the Team Italy, playing for Team Italy and seeing all that progress as well. So good luck. It was in Bocca al Lupo, right?
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. And Sylvia, thank you very much. I'm gonna stop the recording, but this is
Thank
great. And
you.
grazie
Thank you,
mille.
Chris.
Thank
Thank
you.
you also to the IIBF for the working and keep promoting our players in Italy because it's so much important.
Yeah, that's it. We're doing it. We're keeping the bridge there with the game that we love. So I appreciate that for IABF.